The Hyatt Regency Walkway collapse. Case foundations. In July 1981, the walkways in the Hyatt Regency Hotel collapsed. 114 people were killed and over 200 were injured. The method of design used is called the fast-track method. This means that tasks are done at the same time rather than sequentially. Two of the bridges were right above each other and the third bridge was offset to them. The second and fourth floor walkways were right above each other and the third floor walkway was offset but still parallel. The initial design was for there to be a continuous connection from the roof to the fourth floor walkway to the second floor walkway. But because the construction contractor thought the continuous threading of the nut throughout 2 stories seemed highly impractical, they changed the design. Each of the hanger rods will be replaced by 2. This means that the 4 floors walkway's load doubled. The project experienced several changes of professionals. The project engineer and the senior design engineer both left the firm. There are a bunch of communication errors as well. The structural engineer didn't properly communicate with the steel fabricator that the load information of the box beam hanger rod connection design was not complete. There was no specific instruction on materials to use, so the fabricator just used standard materials. The fabricator interpreted the engineer's drawings to mean that they were limited to only development responsibilities, which means that it was an engineer's job to do all the development stuff, not the fabricator to check his work. And the preliminary sketches contained essential load information, which was not included in the final section detail drawing. But somehow, irrelevant weld information was on the final section detail drawing. The primary ethical issue. The structural engineer was unethical by not providing complete designs and information. It was improperly communicated that the box beam hanger rod connection loads were not complete. The preliminary sketches contained essential load information that wasn't contained in the final drawing, and that essential load information would have alerted the fabricator to finish the design. This shows that the structural engineer did not properly review his work before he sent it. Ethical theory. Rule utilitarianism is an action that leads to the good for the greatest number of people. The load information on the box beam connection design sent to the fabricator is not complete, and the final design sent to the fabricator did not contain essential load information that the preliminary sketches had. That load information would have indicated to the fabricator to finish the design. According to rule utilitarianism, the structural engineer was unethical in not double-checking his work because essential load information sent to the fabricator was not indicated that it was incomplete, and irrelevant weld information was sent rather than essential load information that would have helped indicate to the fabricator to finish the design. Professional Ethical Code. National Society of Professional Engineers Code of Ethics states that engineers shall hold paramount the safety, health, and welfare of the public. The structural engineer violated this ethical code by not double-checking his work before sending it to the fabricator. If the structural engineer communicated properly and double-checked his work before sending it, the load problem could have been identified before the collapse. Potential objections. The structural engineer is not the only one to blame. The construction contractor should not have changed the initial design because a continuous threading seemed unpractical. The change to design caused the load of the upper walkway to double. Another objection is that the fast-track method should not have been used. The people working on it could have felt rushed and did not double-check their work for everything. And both the project engineer and senior design both left the firm, which could have put more pressure on the people working the project, and both of them have a lot of experience on this type of project, which the firm did not have once they left. And these are the references used.